Deborah!
Whoa, what?
Is that what I think it is?
What?
Is that Gorgo?
Gugan.
No. I said Gorgo, not Gugan. Is that what I think it is?
Yes, it is. It's Gorgo.
Gugan.
No, wait a second. I'm Gorgo.
Gugan.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Go away.
This is technically your mom. Ogre?
That's right. That's my mom, Ogra. She saved my life.
She did.
Well, is that Titanic Creations?
Yes, it is. I'm really excited to open it.
I'm Titanic Creations.
Yes, you are too.
Anyways, well, this is an exciting day, isn't it?
Yes,
Is this a special day?
It's a very exciting day, especially for Americans.
What was that all about? Anyways, it's a special day?
Yes, it's a very special day. In fact, today is the 4th of July.
Wait a second. What's the 4th of July? I'm British. You're going to have to explain this to me.
Oh.
Sip some tea.
Well, the 4th of July is when America declares its independence from Britain.
Really? Ooh. Awkward. Oh well, whatever. So, you declared independence from the British, my victims. Right?
Yay!
Yes. I destroyed Big Ben, you know.
Oh no, that was your mom, Orga. No,
Ogra. That's right, that was my mom. That's right, she saved my life. Well, I guess that means Happy 4th of July! Explosions everywhere! Okay, whoa, okay, that's over. So, on this special 4th of July episode of The Monster Report, we have the Titanic Creations 30cm Gorgo! No, Gorgo.
Gorgo.
So that means today is Box Day!
Gugan.
All right, everyone, and welcome to Box Day here on the Monster Report. I'm your host, Nick Adam. I'm joined by
Deborah Faith.
All right, good to have you, Deborah. And we're so excited to get into this, and we're not going to do a puppet show for the rest of this review. So in case you were worried about that, it's going to be humans and the 30cm Titanic Creations Gorgo. But we've already been through this, haven't we? What is it? What is this actually?
The Ogra. Which is
Ogra.
Gorgo's mom?
Gorgo's mom.
Who's
and
3 times as big as him?
she's so much bigger. So, for all intents and purposes, we're going to call this Gorgo.
Gorgo.
Right. Yeah, so we will be
Gorgo.
referring to this as Gorgo. And look at this beautiful box art that we have here. Of course, Gorgo was sculpted by our good friend DopePope. And this is artwork on the box by Nick Chev. And this is a show that I'm going to be having actually here very soon. A live stream with Mac from Titanic Creations and with Nick Chev talking about Gorgo and all things Titanic Creations. So I'm looking forward to that. Before we get into this box, though, what should they do?
Smash that subscribe button, atomic blast that like button, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, of course.
All right.
Please subscribe.
Yes, please subscribe. Get us over 100,000 subscribers, and thanks to you all for supporting us through this entire process of 10 years here on the air on YouTube. And we're just so glad. Check us out, of course, on monsterreport.com, Monster Report with 1 R. And like nothing else you have seen, this is the big one, as it says right there on the box. Beautiful box art. Love this. Been looking forward to this, and I've got to give a shout out to Papa, my dad, who got this for Christmas for me. I'd asked for it for Christmas, and yes, he pre-ordered it for me for Christmas, and
That's
is like,
July.
yeah, well, and here it is in July. We got it. That I'm not faulting Titanic Creations. There was a customs issue, and Mac was communicating with me, and thank you so much, Mac, for all that and for bringing us the big 30cm Gorgo. So excited to get into this. But again, shout out to Dad for this awesome Christmas gift. And we're going to get into this. So, because we've actually been on this channel before, and we have unboxed the small Gorgo, and so I'll grab him for comparison. But Titanic Creations is doing some really great work. So, without anything further, let's get into this. Deborah, I usually cut this portion out, and I know we're probably just heads. We're actually, we're just bodies, right?
Body, yeah.
Yeah, so producer Eli is informing us. But what I was going to say was, look at this. We don't have any assembly. So let's just set the box off to the side. That was easy. I really thought we were going to have some sort of assembly, but
Like a lot of packaging, and a lot of...
yeah, and we were going to do a cutaway or whatever, but we do not have to, because there he is. We don't even have
It's gonna be a quick review.
well, we don't even have a tail section to put on with the hair dryer, right?
That's sweet!
Yeah, so he is,
The only piece
Up,
that's holding
running.
it in was this thing.
yeah, and he was in a bag, so, but we are definitely keeping the box because that is some awesome box art. So, and DopePope does not disappoint. Look at that beautiful figure. Beautiful monster, right?
Reptilian.
These shows like this, these places are the only place you're going to hear about monsters being beautiful, because we collect the monster figures and do reviews of the movies, and we call it beautiful. We call it what it is.
Other people, ugly!
Run in terror, flee for your
I
life.
got the ugly!
Remember, repent, the end is near. The guy with the boards.
Yes.
Yeah, wearing the boards, repent, repent,
The
repent.
end is near.
And here he is. So she is actually, you're right. But again, if it was Gorgo, I guess it was a son. The infant and the adult. Oh, that reminds me. Yes, that's from Titanic Creations, the plush.
They're about the same size, literally.
But if you wanted to do the infant and the adult, we have the small 6-inch Gorgo. Gorgo.
Good.
Yes, articulated from Titanic Creations. You remember this review. And there is no articulation to the big 30cm, and that is what we kind of expect.
Well, I thought there was a joint down there.
There is none. Yeah, that is all we
It
get.
was very stiff.
Yeah,
Sheet.
yeah. So, yeah, he's Gorgo. So yeah, if you wanted to set them up, you've got the same sculpt from DopePope doing the articulated form and the non-articulated 30cm. Because the 30cm we think of like X Plus from all our Godzilla and other figures that we've got, and for the most part, they don't have articulation. For the most part.
Yeah.
Like I do have a Gigan that his arms move, but other than that, these figures are kind of just statues, and so is Gorgo right here. This one, of course, you'll get the glowing red eyes. They kind of glow in the dark. You really got to get it dark, but it still looks pretty cool.
I wonder.
Yeah. What's up?
I wonder.
No, I don't think they have. I don't think this one has glowing red eyes. But look at that texturing. I've always loved seeing Gorgo's texturing versus Godzilla.
Yes.
Yeah, because Godzilla's...
But like more scaly.
Yeah, and there's some uniformity to it. Gorgo has a lot more rocky look to him.
Especially on the back.
Yeah, especially that back plate, right? There's no dorsal fins. But this is more, I would say, kind of like a disguise to look like the seafloor. Like if Gorgo was laying down.
That's a good theory.
And hiding, yeah. I mean, there was something into the design of Gorgo that, went into the idea that he's like Godzilla being a sea monster, but when provoked, Gorgo comes out of the ocean to terrorize the people of Britain, right?
Not like Tokyo.
Not Tokyo.
Many other countries.
That's right. Producer Eli, off screen, has a question for us. Speak up.
I actually wanted to mention that the back of Gorgo. My mom actually mentioned this also. It looks like coffee beans.
Yeah, kind of looks like a bunch of rows of coffee beans.
I mean, it looks more.
Yeah.
You can tell that.
Kitty toe beans.
You can tell a better difference with the plush. I mean, like, get out the plush.
Yeah, the plush, the back. Yeah, you see these what looks
Circles.
like coffee beans.
They're literally coffee beans.
Yeah. So
Green coffee beans, moldy coffee beans. Don't eat those.
yeah, let's get back into this figure. Some of the other cool features that you have, of course, Gorgo has that dew claw that comes out the back.
Like a chicken.
Like a chicken. Yes. Reptilian, poultry. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, it's not working. But it looks pretty cool, and
It's like the spur on a rooster.
right.
Except the spurs would be a little bit higher
Right.
on the leg.
Yeah.
But it's like to protect himself. Some dinosaurs actually have that, like real dinosaurs.
Well, yeah, and the setting Gorgo apart from Godzilla, because he's essentially the British counterpart to Godzilla. They could have done, a Godzilla movie. In fact, at one point they were thinking of having Gorgo be in Japan, and they were going to film it as a British film.
Yeah.
And there is something else that Gorgo has in common with Godzilla. This is a man in a suit.
You're right about that.
Yeah, this is not stop motion like the Ray Harryhausen Beast from 20,000 Fathoms and the Emir. This is tokusatsu, but in England, right? The
Yes.
British tokusatsu. The one other cool thing about Gorgo I've always loved is the claws.
The claws are giant. They're just beastly.
That's right. And one of the first introductions in the reveal to Gorgo in the film, because a good kaiju film, has a good reveal of the monster.
Yes.
And the first thing you see
Is the claw going up to the boat?
yes, and there is a really cool still image I have in the, some of you guys probably have it out there in YouTube land, the pictorial history of horror movies, where it has a still of that claw just right above the fishermen who are like spearing Gorgo.
Oh.
And it's real quick in the movie when it comes down on the boat, but that still image and having that rocky look to the claws that you see here is so cool to see come to life. The other thing I talk about when I talk about figures is paint, and not just that it's good paint. Obviously, we've got good paint, but the lighting of Gorgo. So when you see Gorgo lit in the movie, in night scenes anyways, you'd say he probably has more of a black charcoal kind of texture. But what do you see right here?
I see like a little bit of light green, and green.
And so a lot of green,
red.
a lot of shades of green, and the red eyes, of course.
That's it. Little red eyes.
Right.
Everything's little green. Like even the belly has like a lightish green, like
Right.
along the tail.
So you'd say this is representative of Gorgo lit during the day.
Ah, or when Ogre was
Gorgo.
going Gorgo
Gugad.
Yeah.
was saving her son, and knocked down
like
what was
the
it?
power lines?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's also a lot of fire, too, around
like the
Gorgo.
lights when they were like spotting.
Oh, like the spotlights.
Spotlights, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so in a sense, and you do get to see the baby Gorgo on that tractor trailer, being paraded
Yeah.
through the city. You really
it looks
just
like this, but then when you get the big scale and then you have the baby, it's just like
yeah. It would have been interesting maybe to see Gorgo lit by fire, because they use the flamethrowers against Gorgo. They light up you know, there's a lot of
Yes.
burning in the city, of course, and they light up the
Everything's on fire.
the bay, you know, outside of Tower Bridge there, where there's all this fire around Gorgo, and it's a pretty cool scene. So it would be an interesting look to see it lit up in orange, but that may be another figure for another day, Titanic Creations. So,
But
giving you
if-
ideas. Take it, please.
But if the city's on fire and Gorgo doesn't have atomic breath, then why is everything on fire?
Oh, because things are getting smashed. They tried at one point to push away Gorgo, Ogra in the bay with fire. Actually, they tried to light it all on fire. Like napalm.
Gas in it.
Yeah, gasoline, petrol. You know, they're British, so they tried to light it all up to scare Gorgo away, and that didn't work. So they also, of course, are shooting things at Gorgo, and things are catching on fire. You know, just the city is catching on fire, and so there's some lighting there that goes into that. So this being more of a daylight version of Gorgo, I really appreciate seeing that kind of texture on the belly, a little lighter, darker on the back, because again, sea monster, you would think, there's going to be kind of like algae growing on something.
Beans.
Yeah, on the coffee bean back. One other thing that I've noticed about this Gorgo, maybe different from the articulated form, would be the neck. I would say that, maybe the neck was just a bit on the wide side. Again, that's just a small constructive criticism, whereas I think the smaller articulated version did get the neck. It narrows, underneath the cheeks and chin, whereas this neck kind of looks like a snake neck, where where the snake has the unhinged jaw and can like swallow things whole.
No, it's one of those fish that does it.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's like
the wide-mouthed fish, or those the humpback whales, right? They
have no jaw.
Yeah.
But the teeth, there's so many. It's like shark teeth.
Yeah, the teeth are really cool. That's one of the other characteristics of Gorgo I love. Is he's got that, I don't even know how you describe it other than maybe kind of a shark teeth. But I also think of pictures of artistic versions of a T-Rex before we kind of, got Jurassic Park and we got different looks of the T-Rex and how its jaw would look. If you think of Land Before Time, Shark Tooth. Yeah.
Shark tooth!
Yeah. And
watched that show so many times.
and that kind of look to a T-Rex. What else do you see about Gorgo? And we'll start wrapping things up.
He has a long nose like a T-Rex. Like if you look at it from above, you see a T-Rex nose, or like a snake. Like you see a snake.
Yeah, I can definitely see that kind of snake look, reptile look, if you will. And the nose is very squared off. You would think it would come to...
rounded.
Yeah, it's still sort of a rounded rectangle, but it's still very...
Pretty flat.
Yeah, very flat. Like you could play pool right here on top of his nose ridge, right? So
you actually could.
Well, you could probably play tennis on top of his nose ridge because he's that big. In fact, the scale of Gorgo kind of changes as the movie goes along.
Yeah.
Because there's at times where the baby, probably would be in the correct scale to about here, and there's times where the baby looks as big as one of
toes,
Mama's toes.
Yeah, like it looks like the head would be up to the ankle, and then in one of the shots it's like, meow.
Yeah, because when the mama smashes up the amphitheater and the area where the baby was being kept. Yeah, that foot is enormous compared to that small containment area that,
and then it just randomly goes
yeah. So really happy with everything that went into this. I always wonder sometimes when they make a 30 centimeter figure, if you're not going to get those fine details, that they start kind of muddling and getting out of focus. I don't see that happening on this. It's right up there with your X Plus figures, so I definitely recommend it for the collector out there, especially if you kind of like the non-Godzilla and non-Japanese kaiju that are out there. Gamera. Well, Gamera's Japanese, but
Japanese? Oh yeah, you're right. I got my dog.
but Titanic Creations is coming up with their next figure, and they've got it funded now. Yongari, which is a South Korean monster.
Ah.
Yeah, one you haven't had the chance to see the movie yet,
Yeah,
so
sounds cool.
yeah, we'll have to show you Yongari, but that's going to be a great figure, and already the pictures and everything that's gone into Yongari. Of course, you got the legendary DopePope, again, working on the sculpt for that, and yeah, looking forward to seeing that when it comes out too. So yeah, Titanic Creations getting the licenses, official licenses for Gorgo, Yongari, and then they have their own versions of kaiju, the Titanicus and Scaraeus and all of that from their graphic novels. But yeah, Titanic Creations is bringing us some of the kaiju we've been requesting out there, but an official big Gorgo, 30 centimeters. We've got it here at the Monster Report for this episode of Box Day. Any last thoughts before we close out this episode?
Honestly, it's just so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I saw your actual short on Behemoth.
The trailer.
Yes.
Yes.
Trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't had the chance, check out my monster trailers for Gorgo, Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, the Behemoth. So many monster trailers. You're gonna have to just check them out. And if you haven't subscribed, you do that right now. Atomic Blast that like button. Follow us
on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and
yes, on X, formerly known as Twitter.
X.
So this has been Nick Adam for another episode of Box Day, joined by
Deborah Faith.
And thank you so much, producer Eli from the Mini Monster Report, helping us out, filming this episode, and little shenanigans that we had at the beginning of this. A lot of fun stuff on this 4th of July special. Thank you for watching, subscribing, liking. Comment down below. Tell us what you think of Gorgo and whether you've got yours and whether you're thinking of ordering one now. Contact Titanic Creations right away and get your version of Titanic Creations 30 centimeter Gorgo and all things else that Titanic Creations has coming out soon. Also check out our live stream. I've interviewed Titanic Creations Mac several times on this channel, and gonna be recording many live streams and doing live streams with chats and all kinds of cool stuff coming out from them. So stay tuned to the channel for all information. Anything related to monsters, we're going to bring it to you on the Monster Report. All right, thank you so much, and have a great day.
Happy 4th of July.